Now, I like the look of this because it looks like there's food involved in
I
this,
know,
Marty. There's
I know.
definitely food involved in this one.
Joe.
Joe, is there food involved in this one?
There's food, there's whiskey, there's beer, there's chocolate, there's all sorts going on.
Chocolate. Thank you for
You know,
it.
you know that film Jerry Maguire. You had me at food. That's Justin. As soon as you say the word food, Justin, his wee ears prick up. It's like bat fang. Dee, 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 dee. Yeah, Joe, how are you, sir? Haven't spoke for a while.
Yeah, no, it has been a while, definitely. It's been ages. Yeah, keeping very well. Back at it, back out on the road, back talking about whiskey, doing events. So yeah, very busy, but very glad to be back.
Yeah, aren't we all? Everything's starting to open up, and normalcy has sort of come back. There's green shoots of recovery is probably the way they would put it on the news, you know. So you're out in events, and you now have an actual dedicated series, Par X, celebrating World Whisky Day 2022, and you're out and about with food and drink and chocolate and all manner of stuff. Right, fill us in. What's going on?
Yeah, so obviously you guys will be very well familiar with World Whisky Day. So most important holiday of the year, obviously. We've been celebrating World Whisky Day with PARS for probably 4 or 5 years now. It's just a great time of the year for us to be talking about whiskey and talking about PARS and getting out and activating. So this year, what we've decided to do is run a series of in-person events, partnering up with local artisan producers. So I suppose the start of this, or a lot of these relationships, actually came out of some of the stuff that we would have been doing in lockdown. So when we were in proper lockdown and you couldn't do anything, you couldn't go to the pub, and there was a real appetite for people to have some kind of experience at home that they could dial into remotely. So we started to get in touch with different producers around Northern Ireland, with the idea of doing kind of remote events. So for example, Mike's Fancy Cheese, we would have partnered up with Mike to do an at-home whiskey and cheese experience.
Yeah.
We would have partnered up with Justin Wood, Mark Justin, to do like a woodcraft and whiskey experience. So we built up these relationships, and then obviously things are in a much better position now. The trade is back open, so we thought, well, this is a great excuse for us to actually, relaunch these events, do them in person, and actually add a few additional ones on there. So yeah, we've got a series of different events featuring PARS whiskey and different producers running through the whole month of May.
And they're all local to Northern Ireland?
They are, yeah. So all local, and yeah, all Northern Ireland.
Now, we're filming this Wednesday during the week. Obviously, this isn't live. So you've one tonight, and it's coffee. It's Irish coffee. I've tasted your Irish coffees, and I have to say they're bloody good. They are really good.
I think if I couldn't make an Irish coffee, a good Irish coffee, I'd be out of a job. Yeah, tonight's the first one, really. So what I'm going to be doing is doing an event with Stephen Houston, a friend of mine, who's just opened his own business called Lucid Coffee Roasters. So Stephen, I've been working with for a number of years. He previously would have been a roaster for Bailey's. He's now ventured off on his own. So what we're going to be doing is doing a intimate whiskey and coffee event. It's going to be in Napoleon Coffee Shop in the Ormeau Baths. But the idea behind it is it's not just about Irish coffees. It's kind of about exploring the relationship between whiskey and coffee. So I don't know if you guys would be coffee drinkers or coffee fans.
We are, but
it seems most people are these days. But yeah, what we noticed a few years ago is there's a real synergy between whiskey and coffee drinkers, and they approach, coffee drinkers approach coffee the same way whiskey drinkers approach whiskey. It's about flavor and mouthfeel and finish, and people have a real, they're really interested in the production process behind it. And if you ever go to a coffee tasting or a cupping, bit of a funny term, but that's what they call it.
Yeah.
It's similar to a whiskey tasting. So the idea is Stephen is going to be presenting some of his own coffees, and we're going to do a tasting of those. I'm going to be doing a bit of a tasting of obviously the core PAR range, and then of course you couldn't do whiskey and coffee without an Irish coffee at some stage.
You would. Yeah, I think there's a law against that somewhere. On the old statute book, there's a law against coffee not putting cream in it and mixing it up. So that's the first of them. You have, is there 8 in total? How many did you say?
Yeah. Off the top of my head, 8. So we're doing another one then tomorrow night with Justin Wood. Mark Justin is a kind of wood crafter. We've done some great work with him for PARS. He's created some beautiful installations for us, using old barrels, old PARS barrels, restoring them and creating displays. So we're going to be taking a group of people to his workshop, where he's going to be doing some a bit of like a demo, and we're going to actually do a little bit of crafting as well. So we're going to be creating something people can take home with them, then talking a little bit about the Powers range as well. Obviously, there's a really deep connection between whiskey and wood, being so crucial to the maturation process. Whenever we spoke to Mark the first time about this, like he immediately, it resonated with him. Obviously, he works so closely with wood, so there was just a natural relationship there. So yeah, just another natural connection between whiskey and wood.
But there's loads of events running all the way up until World Whisky Day on the 21st of May then.
Yeah. So we've got Mark tomorrow. We're doing another one then on Saturday. We're going to be visiting Nearynogs, so a local chocolate business based out in near
Look
New
at his wee
Orleans.
face. Look at his wee face.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. So yeah, that one again. When we talk about whiskey and food, whiskey and chocolate is often one of the first things that comes to mind, and like I'm sure you guys know yourself, like it's a combination that's hard to beat.
It is.
So Nearynogs then, they're a chocolate business, so they make artisan, very premium chocolate. So the idea is we're going to get down there and do a bit of a tour. So they're going to actually show us the site, which will be great, for everybody who's coming, but it'll also be great for me because I know next to nothing about how chocolate is really produced. So it's a great learning experience.
Well, you do know that milk chocolate was invented by a guy from County Down. You know that?
Didn't know that.
Hans Sloane invented it. It's not a very nice story because he invented it while he was over in the Caribbean. But Hans Sloane was from where was it? He's from Kilkenny.
Kellylay, and it was Sloane Square in London's named after him, believe it or not, So.
And he sold the recipe to the Cadbury brothers.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they seem to have done better out of the whole thing than he did.
Yeah, I've never heard of him. No, I've heard of those Cadbury boys.
Oh, he got knighted. He got knighted. He got knighted.
No,
right.
Now there's another one. Dinner in the Deer's Head.
Yeah. So
explain. Tell us.
The Deer's Head. Well, most of these are with local artisan producers, but we really wanted to do something which was like a whiskey and food experience. So, the Deer's Head was a natural choice. So I don't know if you've been in the Deer's Head, but it was being the Deer's Head, and then it was the Berliner, and it's been all kinds of bars. It's returned to being the Deer's Head now, and over the last year or so, the guys have done a tremendous amount of work to just turn that into a fantastic bar. Like, aside from the brewery inside making their own beer, they have an absolutely phenomenal selection of Irish whiskies of all sorts, and then they've got the cocktail bar upstairs, the Angel and Two Bibles. So really, really amazing spot. But they've got a great chef in there. So what we're going to be doing for that event is pairing some really lovely foods with some of the Powers whiskies as well. So that'll be like a collaborative event. I always love doing whiskey and food events because it seems with a lot of these events, it really is a collaboration. Like I can come to a chef and say, here's what I think, and then they'll say, oh, here's what I think will work. And 9 times out of 10, like the combinations, the pairings they come up with are fantastic. So that should be a really good one. I think there are still a few tickets available for that, but it is selling out pretty fast.
So if anyone's wanting to get onto it quick, going forward, I just have to say this: going forward, are you going to be doing more of that now that we're opened up? Is there going to be? Can we expect more of this from Powers and Dillon Bass?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I mean, my diary for May is obviously chock-a-block. June is pretty much nearly full as well. So we have a number of different events. We've actually we're rebuilding our Whisky Club website. So Whisky Club would be our main kind of platform for people to come and learn about our brands and see what we're doing. So what I would say to do is over the next few weeks, get onto the website. It's not the current version, the new version isn't live yet, but we're going to have an events section on it. So basically anything that's happening, any events that are coming up, all the information, how to get tickets, etc., timings will all be up there. But yeah, no, like I said, this is what we like doing. We like getting on the ground and putting our whiskey in front of people. So yeah, expect a lot more of this over the next few months.
And the website is
www.whiskyclub.com.
www.whiskyclub.com. Now, Joe, I happen to see on your social media there's a down in Taylor's in Galway. I haven't been down that way in a long time. A gable, you've got a mural done on the gable end of a building. Justin's going to bring it up here. That looks sharp. That looks nice, colourful, bright. That looks lovely.
Yeah, vibrant.
It definitely does. It's nice to see all these gable wall paintings and stuff coming up, because it kind of reminds me of the Cathedral Quarter in Belfast. The more, the Willie Jack does. So yeah, I've seen that on your social media, and I thought it looked really good.
Yeah, there's some great. We've done some work up here locally as well recently. Like some fantastic murals. If you're ever in around White's Tavern, get a good look around there. So in some of the outside, and then even the inside as well. Yeah. Got a local artist, Danny Simpson. She's done some absolutely beautiful murals. And then one of my favorites, outside the Jaggy Nettle. I don't know if you've seen it. The Friends, Dogs, and Whisky, big massive bars mural, looks absolutely class.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As I bought a couple of Danny Simpson stuff to give as gifts there a while ago. She's
very good, yeah.
Oh, she's fantastic. Lovely girl to talk to as well. I mean, really, really pleasant and affable. So yes, Joe, the Power X events, you can get the tickets are on Eventbrite, I believe.
Yeah, most of them will be on Eventbrite. So if you go to the Powers Whisky and I website, you can have a look. I will say some of them have been sold out. There are tickets still available for a few of them. Mm-hmm. So definitely go on there and have a look. And if you can, definitely get a ticket, get down there, get chatting to me, get some whiskey. It'll be good crack, I promise.
Yeah, it will be. I've been to a couple of events with Joe at them, and they're always good. It's a miracle he doesn't get his beard, his resplendent beard, stuck in the cream when he's making it.
Oh, you'll never see me drinking Irish coffee in public.
That's why I don't have a beard, so as I can eat without getting it on my face. I still get it on my face.
Certain foods and drinks with a beard like this, you just can't eat in public. Unfortunately, in Irish coffee. Give me a straw, maybe,
Possibly. Joe, great catch up with you, buddy. You stay safe, and
yes.
We'll see you again soon.
You two guys, good seeing you.
Cheerio.